Due to the graphic nature and coarse language of the following presentation, listener discretion is highly advised. Additionally, the cast and crew of Two Nerds and a Mohawk would like to urge anyone under the age of 16 or easily offended to please stop listening immediately. You have been warned. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Yeah. Fucking fight. So, got a quick check. Get Hornet gun.
What do you got? What?
Check.
Yeah. We're recording. We've been.
I know. Hornet sting. Check. Let's roll, Crack Squatch. Imagine if we had our own sitcom or something like that. You said, open it up like the Green Hornet. I love that song, dude. Alright, anyway. Welcome to the Two Nerds and a Mohawk show, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Village Idiot. Sitting beside me, as always, my good friend and co-host, the Crack Squatch. So, Crack Squatch, how did you enjoy blow shit up and get away with it day?
I blew shit up.
Yeah.
Got away with it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, happy 4th of July to everybody. Hopefully the hangovers are recovering.
Minor.
Yeah, minor. Oh, hell no. I got some buddies I know probably blazing that shit up.
Oh.
Well, if they were listening, be like, hey, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, there's some people I know that are probably still drinking.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so happy 4th of July to everybody. Tonight's topic, now that the dust has had pretty good chance to settle from last month's E3 convention out in Cali, this has got to be, the only thing I can summarize it as, is a fucking cat fight. You know, I think that's why I got into the whole thing. Because
that sounded like a dying cow.
A dying cow. Oh, fuck you. Yeah. So anyway, last month, for those of you that didn't really hear all the news or see anything online, I mean, Jesus, it's been all over the place. But E3 had quite a showing. Sony, Nintendo, and Microsoft all present, as always. I think, for the most part, almost every developer is always at E3, except I know Rockstar doesn't attend. Rockstar usually having a big enough presence everywhere else, I don't think they really need it.
Right.
Especially with Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out in September, which looks beautiful, by the way, but we're not here to talk about GTA as much as I love the game. Tonight we're here to talk about the little bitch fight that started between Microsoft and Sony. To start a recap, we'll cover Nintendo real quick. Earlier this year, Nintendo released the successor to last year, Jesus, 2006's Nintendo Wii. Now, I don't know how many of our listeners actually own a Wii. At one point, I had a Wii, and I gotta say, motion gaming is a bitch. I don't care for it. I don't like it.
It might be better with the newer technology and everything. I think that was the biggest issue that we had. Is it wasn't responsive enough. Or it would be too responsive. It never had the right balance.
With the Wii U, what Nintendo did was they took the basic design of the Nintendo DS and applied it to a controller. The Wii U gamepad is literally just a little touch screen with the D-pad, analog stick. Really, it's supposed to operate like a Nintendo DS. The only other perk it has is that touchscreen can also become a screen if you shut your TV off or somebody wants to watch TV. You can just move the game over to the gamepad, which, cool, but that kind of defeats the purpose of it being a console, I think.
Yeah.
Not to mention, Nintendo has made it very difficult for all the third-party publishers to really get it in edgewise. I know that EA has withdrawn some of their projects because they're tired of Nintendo, really.
I think it's better because, their systems are just so different than everything else. Like, fuck, we gotta start, ground up to make a game with this system.
Yeah. And that's kind of a pain in the ass, I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah. Like I said, you gotta go ground up.
Oh, yeah.
So radically different. You got nothing to base it off.
Alright, so Nintendo, they already had their Generation 8 console out, so they have kept themselves clear of the shitstorm that started between Microsoft and Sony. Now, coming out later this year, the target is supposed to be for the holiday. We'll have to see if they'll actually come through with it. Microsoft is releasing the Xbox One, while Sony, keeping with tradition, is releasing the PlayStation 4. The specs are all out online right now. You can actually see demos on YouTube. That's not what we're here to talk about tonight, because tech-wise, these two consoles, being the Microsoft Xbox One and the Sony PlayStation 4, they're really almost identical in the way that their operating systems function, with the exception that the PlayStation 4 has major upgrades from the PlayStation 3.
Oh, yeah. Major upgrades.
The processing unit. I mean, there's so many things that I don't want to come off biased already, but it is, in my opinion, a much more superior machine. But that's just my opinion.
I think that's one of the big things that Sony is, they go, they seriously look at it as like, hey, we're gonna put something out there and it's gonna be out there for years.
Yep.
So might as well put out the best thing we can dig up, put together, put out there for years.
And see, this is what happened during the Generation 7 console war. If everybody thinks back, Microsoft got the huge advantage jump over Sony last time around by releasing the Xbox 360 months before PlayStation 3 was, ready. But along with it, Microsoft's Xbox had plenty of issues. The Red Ring of Death being one of them. It still is running a DVD drive, whereas Sony took a much different approach and got into Blu-ray drive, which, better graphics, which graphics don't make the game, don't get me wrong, but with Blu-ray you have a little bit cleaner of execution of some of your basic game mechanics, in my opinion.
Bottom line, it boils down to you have more space to cram more information.
Yep.
Because you can have better graphical fidelity, or maybe levels, a variety of other things because you have more space on the disc.
Yeah. All right. So this time around, though, Microsoft now incorporating a Blu-ray drive into the Xbox One. Sony is also keeping with the Blu-ray drive, but is running at a much higher rate than the PS3. Also with the PS4, for those of you that actually own a PS3, like myself, the frustrations of getting a new game. You have to wait seemingly forever for the damn thing to load data to the hard drive. The PlayStation 4 will be able to actually load all that data to your hard drive while you're playing the game. That is beautiful.
Yeah, because that's a feature I've enjoyed. Something like a larger PC game. I just love that. I can just jump in and like, okay, yeah, I'm playing. I'm having a good time, all that good stuff. And it's looking. Yeah, so I'm not stuck waiting an hour or something.
If that is one gripe I have about my PlayStation 3, I was loading the add-ons to Grand Theft Auto 4. It took me literally 20 minutes to load the Ballad of Gay Tony, which I'm sitting there just frustrated. I'm like, God damn, dude, it's taking forever. I haven't even loaded the Lost and Damned yet, because honestly, I don't want to wait. If I'm going to load it, I'm going to set it up before I go to bed, so it'll hopefully be done by the morning. Alright, so, like we said, tech-wise, the PlayStation 4 and the Microsoft Xbox One definitely contenders with each other. However, before E3 even went down, CEO of Microsoft Gaming Division came out with an announcement saying that the Xbox One would require internet, a must-have, and a every 24-hour check-in. Now, to date, I don't remember exactly. I don't know if they recalled that or not.
That particular feature they did.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact date.
I don't remember when they actually said it, but
Yeah, but pretty much, the big bugbears that were, announced by Microsoft at E3, required internet.
Yep.
The Kinect always has to be on. That still bugs me.
yeah, that one is one thing they have not changed.
Yeah, that they haven't changed. So,
For those of
throw
you,
that out of this list, but
Yeah.
The way that the disallowance of used game sales.
yeah, that's a big one still.
That was a big one. Those are pretty much the two biggest ones. Was the internet requirement and the used game sales.
Yeah.
Those were the two big, giant grenades that Microsoft decided to strap to their nuts.
Oh yeah. Well, before E3, the CEO came out and basically and flippantly said, "Well, everyone's online now, so why shouldn't our console be?" I mean, that's not word for word, but that's a summary of what was said. And it to me, it just shows it's an assumption that your entire customer base is going to have it and going to be able to run your machine.
Yeah.
And it kind of points at the people that may not have internet and saying, well, if you don't have internet, I guess tough shit, you can't play our games.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, way to alienate, who knows how big of a portion of the potential super base.
Oh yeah.
And let's talk, more practical situations where, there's natural disasters and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Internet gets taken out. You don't have internet for weeks. Well, I can't play my Xbox One because the internet company went up in a tornado.
Yeah. No verification. Sorry, you can't play.
Yeah.
No, what the fuck?
Online play? Yeah, obviously. That's a given. Have to have internet.
Oh yeah. I mean, that goes without saying.
But a single player game? I'm sorry, I should be able to rip my internet out of the fucking wall and play a one-player game.
Maybe it's because I'm antisocial and when I'm gaming I don't want to deal with anybody, but half the time my PS3 is disconnected from the internet for that reason. I don't want people to know I'm online. You know what I mean? If I wanted them to know, I would be playing a game with other people online, but for me, playing, just to throw it out there, NHL 2012, or my latest obsession is Fallout New Vegas. I really am not a team player. I don't care for people,
Right. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm more of a solo player.
Yeah.
But I'm lazy, so my computer's always set up the internet.
Yeah. And that goes without saying, but to make it a requirement or to even think that would be a good idea, when I first heard this announcement, the first words out of my mouth were, "Are you fucking kidding me? Who's gonna do that?"
Seriously. I mean, I've heard, life happens.
Yeah, it does.
Life happens. So there might be a time where someone can't pay their internet bill. Oh, there goes the internet. Well, now they can't play their Xbox.
Yep.
So because they decided they wanted to eat for another week.
So let's talk about the Kinect, because that seems to be another issue.
That's a huge bugbear.
When Xbox first announced the Kinect for 360, the first thought I really had was, I see all sorts of problems with it. And to be honest, and it's not because I'm not a huge fan of Xbox, this is just the fact. The Kinect does not work as well as it's advertised. It doesn't. It doesn't pick up movement as well. It's a tried and failed method that Sony brought up with the iToy for the PS2. In theory, it was a great idea. In reality, it sucks.
Yeah.
Let's face it, you're not going to get the reaction time that you need. You're not going to get anything that you need. Like when Star Wars Kinect first came out, I thought it would be really cool. I tried it out. You have to be 2 feet away from the TV just to get the fucking thing to even register that you're there. And it just takes away from the core gaming. Now, to be fair, Microsoft has explained that the new Kinect for the Xbox One has been upgraded, that it processes information faster, and overall it's supposed to be better. We'll have to see on that one. The major turnoff, though...
I'm willing to assume it is better technology and will work better.
Yeah, we'll assume that.
I'm willing to make that assumption.
But the turnoff is that the new Xbox One, you are required to have a Kinect.
Yeah. You have to have it.
You have
it has to be on.
Yep. It is always on.
It's not at it.
Whether the machine is off or sleep mode or whatever, the Kinect is always listening. For voice commands is what we were told. But my problem with that is the Kinect has a camera on it. Now, everyone online, I've brought up this argument before. It's like, oh, just put a piece of tape over it. You know, why? That's not the point. I shouldn't have to put something on this goddamn thing because I'm afraid of it. And that's what it comes down to. How do I know some dude isn't watching me?
Yeah, seriously.
You know?
Not to mention the fact that Microsoft is over here trying to patent, using their Kinect for, they claim, advertising purposes to, spy on people to find out, like, oh, this is the kind of shit you like to buy.
Yeah.
So we'll throw these, ads up, to you and whatnot. I mean, what are they going to do? Start putting ads, like, for the games that you're playing or something?
They're going to pull a Fox News network.
Yeah, seriously, half the screen's like, a fucking ad. It's like, oh, hey, I see you have a stuffed rooster over there, so you must like roosters. So what other roosters can we throw at?
Microsoft's goal seems to be the center of attention in the living room.
Right. Which I understand.
Well, yeah, from a standpoint of, wow, this machine does everything. I mean, because to be fair, that was Sony's whole point with the PlayStation 3. However, when the PlayStation 3 came out, their motto was, this machine does everything. It literally does everything that it promises.
Yeah.
That's where I have a lot of respect for Sony, whereas Microsoft promises to deliver and kind of half-asses on some things.
Yeah, periodically.
Yeah. But that's just me. Like I said, I'm kind of biased on my opinion.
Well, my biggest beef, just kind of getting into the no used game sales.
That one, yeah.
Yeah, being another, major bug. Yeah. Like I said, they turned around and was like, no, we'll keep it the way things are, backpedaling like mad. As well as the, online requirements. But my biggest issue with that, is that is so consumer unfriendly.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a PC gamer. And anyone that's a PC gamer, we're kind of used to the, you buy a game, it's your game.
Yep.
Because we get stuff, digitally. That's our choice. If I want to turn around and go out of my way to go to a store, or hell, just hop on Amazon and get a hard copy of a game, I can give that to the idiot here. It's like, hey, try this out.
Yeah.
And vice versa. But, there is a little bit of risk to that. It's like, hey, the disc can be damaged, it can be lost, whatnot. Yeah. But I choose to, hey, I'll get this on Steam. I don't have to worry about losing a physical copy. I don't have, don't have to worry about a lot of stuff. But I can't give it to him to play.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my choice, not the developer, not, whoever the hell made my PC.
Yeah.
It's my choice. That's the difference. And Microsoft is trying to treat their console like that type of market. Because, ultimately, bottom line, Microsoft is a computer company for the most part.
Yeah.
So they're trying to corner that type of market. And for consoles, you can't.
No.
You can't. Because, bottom line, and I'm sorry, you want people to turn around and, oh, hey, check out this game. Give their buddy basically, a day or something to have a little, teaser demo.
Oh, yeah.
And, if it's a good game, they're going to want to pick it up.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? You have sales.
It's kind of like what I do with GameStop occasionally. Like, just because I'm a cheap ass, I don't like, buying a brand new game flat. I'll wait for it to go on sale or something, or get a used copy at GameStop. If I don't like the game, I'll bring it back in a couple of days and get another one. But that would also kind of shoot the market for Redbox started, renting out PS3 and Xbox 360 games. That'll kill the Redbox. Well, GameStop entirely. Oh yeah, GameFly.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
GameFly, it would kill GameFly, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, it would eliminate that whole system.
Yeah, I mean, it would eliminate the Microsoft fan base. I mean, Sony would be okay, but
yeah, Sony would be fine. At
first, I couldn't understand, and the mindset's kind of changed since Sony had their say, and now all of a sudden Microsoft is backpedaling, going, oh shit, we gotta fix this.
Because everyone was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
We were required this, all this fucking shit. It's like, you obviously don't give a shit about what we actually thought.
I have never seen on the social media networks and, private chats and all these forums, I have never seen so much gamer rage. Oh, Jesus. It was nerd rage to, the point of apocalypse. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
That's what sort of drew my attention. I said, man, this is this is like a fire sale. And I remember telling you this, Crack Switch. I didn't know what the fuck Microsoft was thinking. I don't know if it was...
The stupidest fucking concept. It was. It absolutely was. It's like, why would you even consider this to be a good idea?
And honestly, I've talked to a couple people, and I'm not gonna, throw any names out there, but I've talked to some hardcore Xbox users, and they're a little skeptical of Microsoft now because Microsoft has blatantly come out and expressed their...
They don't give a shit about it.
Exactly, they don't care. Now, who's to say that when this console is released that they're not going to backpedal again?
Yeah, exactly. That's a major concern I have. It's like, okay, yeah, it's like, all right, they don't like this, so we'll backpedal.
Yeah.
We'll free all this up. We'll wait a year, 2 down the line, and then like, oh, guess what? You know that stuff that was originally going to be required? Guess what? It's required now. Fuck you. You already bought our system. You already have our game. You already invested time. Fuck you.
See,
I have an issue with it. Because if they do that, it really is a fuck you. That's obviously where they want to go with how they run their company and, that particular section of the market. It's clear that's where they want to go. Why aren't they going, what's stopping them from turning around and
nothing.
a big fucking
Nothing.
damn thing?
And it's kind of sad because, and like I keep saying, I am a Sony guy, but I gotta admit, Microsoft has been all about their fans up until now. All of a sudden, they've gone from being Mr. Rogers to fucking, I don't even know, that cantankerous old bastard down the road that hates everybody in the neighborhood. Yeah, exactly. And I don't understand. Because, like I said, Microsoft has been all about keeping everybody happy until now.
Oh yeah, exactly. And plus the other, big thing that screams at me with that concept is, I've worked for a few, gaming companies. Again, I'm not gonna throw out names, but
legally no.
Yeah,
legally no.
They would be bad. But everyone there's a gamer. They play games.
Yep.
The last one that I worked at, the CEO was a gamer. We'd have a fucking company meeting like, oh hey, this is how the month is going. It's like, all right, now we're gonna have a Blaze Blue tournament. And
hell yeah!
With beer and playing games and getting paid for it.
See, that's the gamer mentality.
That's the gamer mentality. So when you turn around and come up with something that's so consumer/gamer unfriendly, what are the devs gonna be thinking?
What the fuck?
Exactly. I mean, if I were a developer, I'd be like, I don't want to develop for that. No, because that's so against
everything that I believe.
Yeah, that I believe and enjoy and love. That's against all of it. Why am I gonna support that? I mean, granted, I'm talking from like a personal level, company level. That's a whole other story. But I don't know. I would say I can see developers being a bit more wary with.
I can see it's kind of like EA and a couple of the others pulling off a Nintendo because, quite frankly, like we said, They just don't want to deal with it. But who knows? Maybe we'll be shocked and this whole situation will turn around. We're not going to find out anything until holiday 2013 anyway. And, you know, I guess the message here is Microsoft, you've got about 6 months to figure your shit out. Because, yeah, well, about 4 months now. Yeah.
So, like, yeah, they...
You know, one of the huge shocks too, long time Microsoft partner Bungie is now with Sony.
Yeah.
When I heard that announcement come out, I mean, everybody already knows that 343 Studios now runs the Halo franchise, but Bungie was on the forefront of all of that, and quite frankly, I believe that Bungie made Microsoft a little better. Honestly, if it had not been for Bungie and Halo, I don't think we would even be having this conversation. I don't want to say one game saved an entire company, but if you... Oh, Jesus, no. Think back to 1999 when Halo was first shown. Everyone's like, wow, this is fucking crazy. You know, this is great. This is a good game. And ever since then, it's been, you know, #1 game. I mean, for the most part. I mean, obviously we've had other games, but it's definitely been one of those that every time a new Halo comes out, everybody's like, oh god, I gotta have it. You know? Not a lot of franchises have that. I mean, well, nowadays you've got, you know, Call of Duty and Battlefield and all these games that... Yeah. Well, see, and my problem is some of the newer games are just so repetitive and so fucking boring. Like, somebody told me, oh, you gotta play the newest Call of Duty. It's great, it's better than all the others. And I played it, I'm like, it's Call of Duty. You point, you shoot, you fucking blow shit up.
Yeah.
To me, it's boring. But I'm not that type of gamer. Me, I'm much happier with, you know, like Twisted Metal, even though that's very repetitive. Honestly, it's repetitive, but it's always fun to me. Tony Hawk, always same type of game, always fun to me. And like I said earlier, latest Obsession, Bethesda's versions of Fallout are just fucking amazing. Very story-oriented. For anyone that hasn't played any of the Fallout games, do so. You will not regret it. But anyway, back to our topic. We'll have to see what goes on. I've got my bets on, and I know it's because I'm biased, but I've got my vote on Sony just because, you know, since they hit the market in, you know, the mid-90s with the PS1, you know, they've been there. And even before that, before they broke away from Nintendo, they still had good games, and they still do to this day. So we'll have to see what happens.
Yeah,
What do you think, Crack Squatch?
I'm with you. You know, definitely Sony's gonna dominate this one. You know, this, I don't know.
Well, call it war. I mean, this is what it is.
Yeah,
You know?
this is definitely Sony's turn to seriously shine.
Yeah.
Like, big time.
Oh yeah.
Because not only do they, you know, overall have a more powerful, or not more powerful,
Superior machine.
yeah,
I'll call it what it
superior
is.
machine. I mean, if you really break it down to single thing, a little bit more powerful, supposedly. Who knows until they actually come out.
And it's cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Slated for
$100 cheaper.
$3.99 as opposed to $4.99 out the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's after Microsoft again backpedaled.
Yeah, originally when they announced it was $8.99 and $100 per game, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I laughed
that ain't
so
gonna fly.
hard. I was like, are they serious?
Yeah, seriously? It's like,
Oh, pre-order today. Who the fuck's gonna be like, yeah, I got about $1,000 to throw around on this piece of shit console.
yeah, for like,
Fuck that.
yeah, for this funky ass console and 8.
Yeah, fuck that.
It's like, no.
Fuck that.
And I'm sorry, personally, I don't see anybody anytime soon, you know, forking over $100.
No.
You know, I mean,
No.
you know, $60. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a little steep in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
at least it's reasonably fair. Because really, when you look at it, like back in like the 80s, Nintendo,
They were still about $40 a game.
yeah, they're like 40. You know, when you got into like say Genesis era. You know,
Aging yourself there, Crack Squatch.
I grew up with Genesis.
Yeah,
but you were looking at like $50. So 60, it's not a huge stretch. Jumping from 60 to $100,
kidding.
People aren't gonna, they won't pay that. It's just that simple.
All right, guys. So this is what we have to look forward to this holiday season. I think our time's about up. We've bitched enough about this. We'll let you guys decide what's up. If you have any opinions, feel free to comment on our page. I know I try to throw this out every time. If you ever have anything you want to say to us, or you want to hear a topic, what have you,
Throw it out.
yeah, feel free to either message us on Facebook on our page or shoot us an email to nmshow@gmail.com. That's the number 2. You can find us on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Still refusing to do Google Plus and MySpace. If that question comes up again, I swear to God, I'm going to kick somebody in the balls. Seriously. Enough.
Running stock crunch.
Exactly. All right, guys. I think that's all the time we got. This has been the Two Nerds and a Mohawk Show. Hope you guys have a great night.
Some days I'm such a superhero, and some days I just know what to say.